Foreign Trade of India, Part 3. Do you know direction of India's import? Direction of India's exports. Source: Reserve Bank of India, Handbook of Statistics on Indian Economy. Trends in India's foreign trade since 2001. Since liberalization, India's foreign trade has expanded manifold and has shown a significant structured shift in imported and exported products and also in its geographical composition. Recent trends in exports. First, engineering goods. According to Engineering Goods Export Promotion Council (EGEPC) report, the share of engineering good was 25% in India's total export in 2017 and 18. Within this category, some of the prominent exported items are transport equipment including automobiles and auto components, machinery and instrument. During the period 2010 and 11 to 2014 and 15, exports of transport equipment have grown from $16 billion to $24.8 billion. Second, petroleum products. India's petroleum capacity increased significantly since 2001 to 2, due to which India turned as a net exporter of petroleum refinery product. Petroleum product had a share of 4.3% in India's total exports in 2001, which rose steadily to 20.1% in 2013 to 14. Third, chemicals and chemical products. An important export item that has performed reasonably well over the last few years is chemicals and chemical products. The share of this item was 10.4% in 2014 and 15. Fourth, gems and jewelry. Gems and jewelry is one of the major contributors to export earnings in India, having a share of 13.3% in India's merchandise export in 2014 and 15. Fifth, textiles and ready-made garments. Textiles and garment exports together accounted for 11.3% of India's exports in 2014 and 15. In fact, India is one of the leading exporting countries of textiles and ready-made garments in the world. Trends in imports. First, petroleum. Petroleum has always remained the most important item of imports in India's trade in the pre as well as post-reform period. It had a share of 27% in total imports in 1990 to 1992, which currently stands at around 31%. Second, gold. After petroleum, the second most imported item is gold. It has been observed that there is a significant drop in gold imports during 2013 and 14. The gold imports declined from $53.3 billion in 2011 and 12 to $27.5 billion in 2013 and 14. This was primarily due to fall in international gold prices and various policy measures taken by the government to curb gold imports. Third, fertilizers. The share of fertilizers in import expenditure declined from 4.1% in 1990 to 91 to only 1.3% in 2016 to 17. Fourth, iron and steel. The share of iron and steel in import expenditure declined from 4.9% to 2.1% in 2016 and 17. Concept of balance payments. The balance of payments of a country is a systematic record of all international economic transactions of that country during a given period, usually a year. According to Ellsworth, balance of payments is a summary statement of all the transactions between the residents of one country and the rest of the world. According to Walter Krauss, the balance of payments of a country is a systematic record of all economic transactions completed between its residents and the rest of the world during a given period of time, usually a concept of year. From the above definitions, it is clear that the value of exchange of goods and services among the citizens, businessmen, firms, government, etc. is included in balance of payments. Balance of trade. Balance of trade is the difference between the value of a country's exports and imports for a given period. Balance of trade is also referred to as the international trade balance. According to Bentham, balance of trade of a country is the relation over a period between the values of her exports and imports of physical goods. According to Samuelson, if export value is greater than the import value, it is called as trade surplus, and if import value is greater than export value, then it is called as trade deficit. It is clear from the above definitions that balance of trade includes the value of imports and exports of visible goods and invisible goods. Glossary of economic terms. Advertising. Business of persuading people to buy product or services. Antique goods. Something made in an earlier period that is collected and considered to have value because it is beautiful, rare, and old or of a high quality. Arbitrary weights. Based on or determined by individual preference rather than intrinsic nature of something. Bank rate. The rate of interest set by a central bank in a country. This is the lowest rate at which central bank lends money against approved securities. Branded products. A branded product is one which is made by a well-known manufacturer and has the manufacturer's label on it. Canons of taxation. Canons of taxation define numerous rules and principles upon which a good taxation system should be built.